Hello, welcome to the Netherlands. My name is Jacob Vossestein and I am the author of The Dutch and Their Delta, Living Below Sea Level. The Netherlands is really a remarkable country. About 1/3 of it is actually below sea level, and even so it's a prosperous country and a very densely populated country. People from other countries wonder, aren't the Dutch afraid about this? Well, actually they're not. Most Dutch people don't even know whether their home is below sea level or not. The scenery behind me is the product of human interventions of centuries, starting already in the Roman era. People turned swamps and even lakes into fertile farmland, and Dutch cows, Dutch milk, Dutch cheese, they are all the result of this process. The land behind me is actually some 4 meters below sea level, some 13 feet that is. Not really scary, is it? Already long ago, people started creating small hills to survive the floods and build their houses. Then they started connecting those hills by earthen dams to keep the water away. Those are the famous dikes of Holland, and taken together they stretch for thousands of kilometers. Obviously, pumping is a good idea too. Here you see one of the famous Dutch windmills made for that purpose. They were invented in the 15th century, but much improved on in the 17th century, when the whole country was full of them. Now one such windmill can tackle about 1.5 meters, so obviously sometimes several windmills were needed to tackle deeper places. With people pumping so hard, the land became drier and so it went lower, in one place as low as -7 below sea level, 22 feet that is. Even so, there have been many floods in the Netherlands over the centuries, and the most recent ones in the early 20th century led to the creation of giant waterworks. In the heart of the country, the Zuider Zee, an inland sea that flooded its banks in 1916, was closed off from the North Sea and turned into a more quiet freshwater lake. Then the best parts of this were reclaimed and made into a whole new province called Flevoland. In 1953, a major flood in the island area south of Rotterdam cost almost 2,000 lives and brought great economic damage. This disaster led to the construction of major dams and dikes, the so-called Delta project. Being so enormous, it was completed only some years ago with the construction of a major door that can close off the port of Rotterdam and all of its hinterland from the furies of the North Sea. With climate change, solutions to more local flooding are being developed, like storing the water until the flood is over, or by building floating houses and even whole suburbs. All in all, the Netherlands is a fascinating place to be, and there is much more to tell about it. If you want to know more, please read my book. With more than 200 illustrations, it gives you a good idea even when you're not actually in the country. Thank you for your interest.